Alley Cats. It's Allie and Callie, and I'm gonna show you guys how I made this beat.
I'm a masterpiece. I don't mean to brag, I'm a pretty bad. I don't mean to brag, I'm a pretty bad girl. I don't mean to brag, I'm a pretty bad.
This is a 3-part tutorial. The tutorial is 30 minutes in length, but each video is 10 minutes long. You are watching part 1. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Allie and Callie, aka Young Lease in the building. That is my rap/producer name, Young Lease. What it do? And I am here to show you guys how I made my Pretty Bad Girl beat. Okay, y'all, I've been making beats since I was like 14 years old. I have some music background, you know, but I didn't go to music school necessarily, so I kind of figured out how to make beats just from Googling all my life and just figuring things out by working my way around the system. So this is how I do it, okay? I get it done and I hope you like it. So as you can see, I made this beat in Logic Pro X. I just want to talk about the background about this song because I think it's really important. This beat does contain some samples. This beat was a part of my Allie and Callie mixtape that I made 2 years ago, and each song on the mixtape contained samples from some of my favorite artists, in particular artists that really stuck with me or inspired me throughout my life, my entire life. And that is Mint Condition, next to Mariah Carey, but Mint Condition is sampled in Pretty Bad Girl. Okay, so let's get started here. So I'm just gonna walk through each track and I will show you how I created the tracks, okay? There's lots of tracks, 28 within this song, but not too bad. So I started with some talking.
You know, preparation meets opportunity, so you do want to be prepared.
So that's Larry's voice from Mint Condition. He plays the keys. I found that interview on YouTube and I thought it was inspiring, so I thought it would be cool to add that to start the song off, okay? Next we have, let's get into our sampling, the fun part. So we're gonna start with Forever in Your Eyes, Mint Condition song. One of my favorite, yes! So I'm gonna go ahead and solo this Forever in Your Eyes. That's used in the intro and throughout the song. It's used both places here. So it's kind of like toms or drum, like a drums, but I guess you call them toms, I don't know, whatever. So I basically played that out on my keyboard. Let me show you how I got that there. So let's start with a new track. We're gonna press this plus button here, make an audio track, create. Okay, I'm just gonna drag this to the top, okay? So we're just working with this new track that we just created. We're looking at audio 4 here, okay, people? So next I'm gonna click on my media browser to find Forever in Your Eyes song to get those drums, okay? Another word of advice before I move on any further. I already told you I decided on Mint Condition. When you're sampling, I think it's really important to figure out the vibe you're going for so you can narrow down on the songs you want to work with, and then pick songs that give you opportunity to isolate instruments. You know, it wasn't my intention to take bars of the song and just copy and paste them. I wanted to pull out certain instruments or sounds that I thought were cool and throw them into my beat that I created. So I wanted to create a beat around these sounds. And I'm also using, for most of these songs, just the intro of the song because that had the most dead space and the most or the least amount of singing, okay? You don't want to really pick a pop song that's overproduced and has all this stuff going around because it's going to be harder to get a unique sample out of it, okay? So I'm just going to navigate to media. And then iTunes, and then Forever in Your Eyes. And I'm going to drag Forever in Your Eyes to that empty track, okay? I'm gonna solo this track by clicking on the S. I'm also gonna unclick this I, which is the monitoring, because we don't wanna get feedback here. And we're gonna go ahead and take a listen. Yes, so if you listen to those toms again, when I was listening to the song, as you can see, I pointed out or I heard the drums and I'm like, oh want to sample the drums, yes, because they're nice and isolated in the beginning. Let's listen again. That is a hip-hop producer's dream right there. We got mint conditioned drums just sitting there waiting for us to chop them up, okay? So I decided to just work with the intro of the song up until Stokely. I love Stokely, one of my fave singers, until he starts singing. So about right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and split it and then get rid of the rest. So, you know, that's probably even way too much to even start slicing, but I wanted to give myself enough music to play with on my keyboard. So let's get into slicing and dicing, honey, yes. We're gonna make sure that we click on this little swirly flex editing thing here to enable that tool for each track. And we're gonna click on the flex editing button again. And then we're gonna click on the drop down and select slicing. So that is going to basically slice up the beat on each kind of beat, you know, whatever the computer determines to be a hard beat. So you can see with the waves here, each one of these slices is the drum. So I can go ahead and replay that. Exciting! Next, I'm just gonna right click and click on export as audio file. So that's going to export each slice as its own audio file. So right here, it's really important to save the slices where you're gonna remember where they are. So you would export. I already saved the slices here at the media browser. Gonna go to all files, and I saved them in a Forever in Your Eyes folder. Something else that I'm not gonna show here, keep it short and sweet, is that I did go into the Finder window and I listened, because you can listen to songs in the Finder window or sounds. I listened to most of them, and some of the slices that sounded weird or like I couldn't sample them, I just deleted them to kind of give myself better sounds to work with on my keyboard, so I can like play them fluidly without having to skip on my keyboard, if you know what I mean. If you don't, I'll show you in a second. So now that we're at this step, we are going to actually delete that track we used to slice. Since we have our slices saved, I'm going to create a new track. So I'm going to click on the plus button, do a software instrument, and create, because now we're going to work with the MIDI controller. So you would click shift to click them all. Actually, sorry, I'm going to back it on up, y'all. I'm just trying to make it happen. Okay. So we're gonna go to where it says piano, and if you have battery, that's what I initially used. So you can go ahead and find battery. Y'all, I don't even remember how I got there, and just find battery. If you have battery, you know how to get there. So let's look at the track that I already used with battery there. So what you're gonna do is open up battery. There's two ways to do this if you don't have the battery plugin. Okay, there's another way to do it within Logic through a native plugin called EXS24. So no worries, we will get to that, you guys, okay? So basically, when you click and shift, you go ahead and drag those files into battery, okay? They are automatically assigned to your keyboard. It's starting at C1 here. Let's make sure it's not muted, y'all. I just be trying to make it happen, okay? So you can see that I can play. I have mint condition within my fingertips, yes. Oh, sorry, so. That's all that was, okay? I recorded it. So I'll show y'all how I recorded it. I'm just gonna actually just copy this battery track, and you would just click on, you have to enable the R, then you can click on the R on your keyboard or the record here. Since it's in the intro and there's really not a beat laid down yet, You can use the metronome, but when I was making this, I already had somewhat of a beat made when I added the toms in. I'm gonna mute the one that I already recorded.
If you love it, keep that in mind. Preparation meets opportunity, so you do want to be prepared. And just, if you love it, keep that in mind.
Okay, so I know you couldn't really hear that, but you see, this is the one that I just recorded, and this is the one that I ended up using. So a lot of times when I play it off beat, y'all. But the music is in my head, so I know I want to go bum, 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 bum. So you can use quantize if you click on region here, and then click on quantize, and then 16. But that didn't help. As is, a lot of beats that I play are a little off beat. It's not always like this. So sometimes the quantize doesn't help. So you would just need to go and play it over, which sometimes I do just play it over on beat, or you can just drag it to where it needs to be to get the sound you need. The other way to assign the slices to your keyboard is to use ESX24. So instead of selecting battery, you're gonna select from this box ESX24 sampler stereo. Okay, so then we're gonna click on this edit button, and the differences between this and battery is that if you do need to tweak the individual sounds, which I'm not gonna get into in this tutorial, it looks cleaner in battery. ESX, my brain be like, oh my God, like I'm just being real with y'all. Like, I'm not Dr. Dre. Maybe I will be Dr. Dre one day, or Skrillex, maybe Skrillex, but all the buttons, I can't, so I like battery, so we're gonna click on edit. Okay, and this is kind of similar to battery. This is the piano roll. We're gonna go to media, and then just drag and drop. Okay, what note do you want it to start on? C1, that's all the way at the end here, or you can pick another note you want it to start on. Okay, same thing. It's the same thing. So there you have it, you guys. Go ahead and get to chopping. I want to see what y'all can do. Or do y'all do it this way? Comment the way y'all do it. Tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong, because sometimes I just be working my way through stuff until I get the result I need, until I get it done, and sometimes I do it the hard way, but this is what I do, y'all. So that's basically how I sample. So moving on, whenever you see a sample, that's how I got there, okay? We talked